Engineer Benedicto M. Cabral, I'm sorry. Please address him as the chairman or chairperson or chair. Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So, Mr. Baksek, what is this we just resumed the, quorum. Okay. So, Baksek, do we have a quorum?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we confirm the existence of a quorum in attendance besides the presiding officer. The vice chairperson is Engineer Engineer Benedict Sago. Good afternoon, sir. And Miss Letelin Samosa. Good afternoon, ma'am. Mr. Napoleon Gonzalez, and acting as the provisional member and user is Ms. Mayaralyn Pisoriano, same as this morning. Same appearances for TWG, Mr. Chair. And may I proceed, Mr. Chair, with the order of business.
Okay. May proceed.
The order of business, Mr. Chair, is the pre-bid conference for the lease of one lot various printing machines, including supply and delivery of consumables with provision of technical support and services through framework agreement under NPO BACPAL 006-26 with an ABC of 5 million pesos. In this regard, may I request the body to acknowledge the presence of our prospective bidders? From Mercury International Security Printing Corporation, Ms. Judith Villaganas. Good afternoon, ma'am. From Island Printing Inc., Mr. Fernan Arbogis. Good afternoon, sir. And from Bestform, again, same as this morning, Mr. Francisco B. Oliva, sir. Good afternoon. In this regard, may I ask the chair if we are going to dispense with the presentation of the general rules?
There's a recommendation from the Baksek to dispense the general rules presentation. Any motion from the back members?
I move to adopt the recommendation of the back secretariat, Mr. Chair.
Any objections? Since there's no objection, we are dispensing the presentation of the general rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Following Section 43 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of Republic Act 12009, we sent notifications to the following observers, Mr. Chair, on April 29, 2026, to Ms. Clarice Ipaliti, State Auditor 3 and Audit Team Leader of the Office of the Resident Co-Auditor of the National Printing Office, to the President of the National Printing Office Workers Association, to the Manager of Consumer Operations of the National Printing Office Multipurpose Cooperative, to the Executive Director of the Philippine Business for Social Progress, and to the Secretary General of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We are now prepared to present the bidding documents. Mr. Chair, with your approval.
for the TWG.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We are now introducing as the new presenter, Mr. Volken Eruco Bitampok, assisted by his assistant head, TWG, Rochelle Bipalapan. May I request the body to recognize them, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Iko Tampok and Rochelle Palapal is hereby recognized to present the bid documents. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good day, everyone. Again, I am Paul Tampok of the TWG, the presenter of the bidding documents for the procurement project, lease of one lot various printing machines, including supply and delivery of consumables with provision of technical support and services through framework agreement under identification number NPO backfile 006-26 with an ABC amounting to 5 million pesos. Section 1, Invitation to Bid. The National Printing Office, through the Revolving Fund 2026, intends to apply the sum of 5 million pesos, being the approved budget for the contract, to payments under the contract for the lease of one lot various printing machines, including supply and delivery of consumables, with provision of technical support and services through framework agreement. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. The NPO, through the Bids and Awards Committee, now invites bids for the lease of one lot various printing machines, including supply and delivery of consumables with provision of technical support and services, under a single-year framework agreement. Bidders should have completed within 5 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids contracts similar to the project. The description of an eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. The award shall be given to the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsive bid, following the procedures under Sections 61 and 63 of the same IRR. Delivery of the goods is required within the delivery period stated in Section 6, Schedule of Requirements of the bidding documents. Lot 1. Lease of one lot various printing machines, including supply and delivery of consumables with provision and of technical support and services through framework agreement, with an ABC of 5 million pesos. A. 1 unit sheet fed offset machine, 2 colors, max print area 26 and 3/8 inches by 19 and 1/4 inches, speed at least 100 sheets per minute. B. 1 unit sheet fed offset machine, 1 color, max print area 12 and 1/4 inches by 17.5 inches, speed at least 75 sheets per minute. C. 2 units cutting machine, cutting area 28 by 34 inches and 54 and 1/4 inches by 43 inches. D. 2 units web continuous form machine, 5 colors, printable width 20 inches and 14 inches, speed at least 200 meters per minute. 3 units form scatter, cutting area 8.5 by 12 inches, speed at least 350 sheets per minute. 2 units check magnetic ink character recognition, encoding machines, printable width 19 inches, speed at least 158 cuts, 12-inch sheets per minute. 1 unit digital press machine, printable width 19 inches, speed at least 80 meters per minute. 1 unit security laser printers, printable width 19 inches, speed at least 300 pages per minute. 1 unit computer to plate machine, max size 22 by 27.5 inches. Paper requirements: 14,800 kilograms clearing bank specification, grams per square meter with Philippine Clearing House Corporation PCHC watermark, 98 GSM 9.5 inches. 459 kilograms self-contained carbonless, 60 GSM 9.5 inches. 256 kilogram carbonless paper coated front, 51 GSM 9.5 inches. 13 reams matte coated paper, 120 pounds, 38 by 26 inches. 4 reams vellum Bristol, 100 pounds, 22.5 by 8.5 inches. Note: technical support services and maintenance inclusive of the replacement of parts, repair kits, and other various consumables like printing inks, degreaser, gear oil, cleaning chemicals, hydraulic oil, and other expendables chargeable in click charges of the machines during operation. The preliminary examination of bids shall be conducted through competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as specified in the IRR of RA 12,009. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens, sole proprietorships, partnerships, or organizations with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines, and to citizens or organizations of a country the laws or regulations of which grant similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizens pursuant to RA number 5183. Interested bidders may obtain further information from the NPO Back Secretariat at contact numbers 892-52182 or 0917-8155-170 and inspect the bidding documents at the address given below from Mondays to Thursdays, except holidays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders from the NPO Back Secretariat from the date of posting to May 18, 2026, 1:30 p.m. and upon payment of the applicable fee for the bidding documents pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the GPPB in the amount of 5,000 pesos. Bidding documents may also be downloaded free of charge from the website of Philippine Government or PhilJEPS and or the website of the NPO, provided that bidders shall pay the applicable fee for the bidding documents not later than the submission of their bids. The NPO will hold a pre-bid conference on May 6, 2026, 1:30 p.m. at the JSL third floor of NPO building. Bids must be duly received by the Back Secretariat through the manual submission at the NPO, EDSA Cornelia North Road, Diliman, Quezon City on or before 1:30 p.m. of May 18, 2026. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in ITB Clause 16.1. Bid opening shall be on Monday, May 18, 2026, immediately after the deadline of the submission of bids at JSL third floor. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend the activity. Only 2 representatives per bidder will be allowed to enter the venue. The summary of the bidding activities is as follows. Advertisement or posting of invitation to bid April 27, 2026. Issuance and availability of bid documents April 28, 2026. Pre-bid conference May 6, 2026, 1:30 p.m. Last day of submission of written clarification May 8, 2026. Last day of issuance of bid bulletin May 11, 2026. Deadline for submission and receipt of bids May 18, 2026, 1:30 p.m. Opening of bids immediately after the deadline for the submission of bids. Bid evaluation within 1 to 2 days after the opening of bids. The NPO reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 70 of RA 12,009 without incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. For further information, please refer to Roy Leo C. Pablo, Back Secretariat Head, Bids and Awards Committee of NPO. Contact number 8925-2182 or 0917-8155-170 with email backsecretariat@npo.gov.ph. Section 2, Instructions to Bidders. We will read on the most relevant matter regarding bidders' responsibilities. 6.1. The bidder or its duly authorized representative shall submit an omnibus sworn statement in the form prescribed in Section 8 Philippine Bidding Document Related Forms, as required in ITB Clause 12.1 subsection 8. Before submitting their bids, the bidder is deemed to be knowledgeable with all existing laws, decrees, ordinances, acts, and regulations of the Philippines which may affect this project in any way. The bidder undertook the following responsibilities. Took steps to carefully examine and ensure full understanding and comprehension of the bidding documents, its requirements, clauses, and provisions. Acknowledge all conditions, local or otherwise, affecting the implementation of the contract. Made an estimate of the facilities available and needed for the contract to be bid, if any. Complied with the responsibility to inquire or secure the supplemental bid bulletins as provided under ITB Clause 10.4. Ensure that it is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the government of the Philippines or any of its agencies, offices, corporations, or LGUs, including foreign government, or foreign or international financing institutions whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the GPPB, by itself or by reason of its relation, membership, association, affiliation, or controlling interest with another blacklisted person or entity. Ensure that each of the documents submitted in satisfaction with the bidding requirements is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and that all statements and information provided therein are true and correct. Authorize the Hope or its duly authorized representatives to verify all the documents submitted. Ensure that the signatory is the duly authorized representative of the bidder and granted full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any and all acts necessary to participate, submit a bid, to sign and execute the ensuing contract, accompanied by the duly notarized special power of attorney, board or partnership resolution, or secretary certificate, whichever is applicable. Complied with the disclosure provision under Section 81 and 82 of RA 12,009 and its IRR in relation to other provisions of RA 3019. Complied with existing labor laws and standards in the case of procurement of services. Moreover, the bidder undertakes to: first, ensure the entitlement of workers to wages, hours of work, safety and health, and other prevailing conditions of work as established by national laws, rules and regulations, or collective bargaining agreement, or arbitration award if and when applicable. In case there is a finding by the procuring entity or the DOLE of underpayment or non-payment of workers' wages and wage-related benefits, the bidder agrees that the performance security or portion of the contract amount shall be withheld in favor of the complaining workers pursuant to appropriate provisions of RA 12,009 without prejudice to the institution of appropriate actions under the Labor Code as amended and other social legislations. Comply with occupational safety and health standards and correct deficiencies, if any. In case of imminent danger, injury, or death of the worker, the bidder undertakes to suspend contract implementation pending clearance to resume from the Dole Regional Office in compliance with the work stoppage order, and inform the workers of their conditions of work labor clauses under the contract specifying wages, hours of work, and other benefits under prevailing national laws, rules and regulations, or CBA, or arbitration award, if and when applicable, through posting in two conspicuous places in the establishment's premises. Ensure that it did not give or pay, directly or indirectly, any commission, amount, fee, or any form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any person or official, personal, or representative of the government in relation to any procurement project or activity. Examine all instructions, forms, terms, and specifications in the bidding documents. Determined and complied with all matters pertaining to the contract to be bid, including but not limited to the location and the nature of this project, climatic conditions, transportation facilities, and other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution of implementation of this project. Ensure that all information in the bidding documents, including bid or supplemental bid bulletins issued, are correct and consistent. The procuring entity shall not assume any responsibility regarding erroneous interpretations or conclusions by the prospective or eligible bidder out of the data furnished by the procuring entity. Failure to observe any of the above responsibilities shall be at the risk of the bidder concerned. Further, the bidder shall bear all costs associated with the preparation and submission of its bid, and the procuring entity shall in no case be responsible or liable for those costs, regardless of the conduct or outcome of the bidding process. In case of failure of bidding, the bidding documents fee may be applied in the rebidding for the same project. Furthermore, the bidder should be aware that the procuring entity will accept bids only from those that have paid the applicable fee for the bidding documents at the office indicated in the invitation to bid. Section 3, Bid Data Sheet. ITB Clause 1.1, the procuring entity, National Printing Office, project title, lease of one lot various printing machines, including supply and delivery of consumables with provision of technical support and services through framework agreement with ID number NPO BACPA 006-26. number of lots 1. The funding source is the GOP through the source of funding as indicated below for 2026 in the amount of 5 million pesos. The source of funding is through the revolving fund. 5.4. The bidder's SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, should have been completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. 5.5. For the purpose of similar contracts, it shall be defined as the bidder must have completed, within the period of 5 years from the submission of bid, an SLCC that is similar to the procurement project to be bid, and whose value, adjusted to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices. Bidders must present a combination of contracts completed within the same period, provided their total value is at least 50% of the ABC. Thus, the bidder should have completed at least one similar contract amounting to at least 25% of the ABC, and the bidder should have completed other contracts, whether similar or not, with an aggregate amount of at least 25% of the ABC.
Excuse Mr. Paul, for the benefit of the prospective bidders today, as mentioned earlier, the basis for the SLCC to be provided during the opening of the bid, with regards to the period, should be the same period of the, meaning for this A and B, for the aggregate of 50%, if you don't have a single largest contract of 50%, if you will submit two similar, those two similar projects should be of the same period, pending with our query with the GPPB. Isn't it true? Okay. So yun po, kailangan same period po Kasi waiting pa po kami doon sa official reply ng GPPB doon sa query namin with regards to this. Sige, proceed ka.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Classified as similar contracts. Lease of printing machines or security printing services. 12. Documents comprising the bid. Technical and financial components. 12.1. The first bid envelope shall contain the following technical documents, including the eligibility documents. A. Valid and updated PhilJEP certificate of registration, platinum membership, including Annex A of the PhilJEP's registration. B. Original and duly signed statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, similar to the procurement project to be bid, as provided in the bid data sheet, ITB Clause 5.5 of the bidding documents. The bidder shall attach any of the following: official receipt, sales invoice, certificate of acceptance with at least satisfactory rating. C. The bidder's original and duly signed computation of net financial contracting capacity must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid or committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. Must be at least equal to 10% of the ABC to be bid. D. The bidder's original and duly signed statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. E. Duly signed joint venture agreement in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all potential JV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. F. If applicable, original copy of bid security in the prescribed form, amount in accordance with ITB Clause 16 and validity period under ITB Clause 15. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission, or if applicable, original copy of duly notarized bid security declaration. G. Conformity with the text specs under Section 6 and 7 of the bidding documents. Its supplemental bid bulletin, if any, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales parts, if applicable. H. Original and duly signed notarized omnibus sworn statement in accordance with Section 54.3 of RA 12,009, if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. I, for foreign bidders claiming eligibility by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, a certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in their government procurement activities for the same item or product. 12.2. The second bid envelope shall contain the following financial documents. J. Original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form with proper reference, project ID number, and bid bulletin number, if any. Each page shall be signed or initialed. K. Original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule in accordance with ITB Clause 13.1. Each page shall be signed or initialed. L. If applicable, certificate of domestic preference in accordance with ITB Clause 25. Note, notarized documents as indicated or stipulated in herein checklist must bear the complete details of the notary public as follows. Name of notary public, office address and regular place of work or business, validity of notarial commission, IBPOR number, roll number, PTR number, at least MCLE compliance 8 or as applicable.
Mr. Paul, again, kindly go back to 12. Yeah, and then for the benefits of the new prospective bidders, with regards to these are the checklist documents that be submitted in your bid proposal during the opening of the bid. Ito lang po titignan natin itong mga nasa checklist na isasubmit po natin. Pero particularly, dyan sa PhilJeps po, kung expired na po, meron po doon sa Annex A na mga expired kayo na like Mayor's Permit, automatic po kasi suspended na po yung inyong PhilJeps registration. Kaya hindi po talaga kami, doon, automatic po yun, di-disqualify po talaga kayo. So make sure before the bid opening po ay kayo, may PhilJeps registration kayo na renewed na po. Okay? Sige po. Tapos, ito lang po magiging guide ninyo. Hindi nyo na kailangan mag-attach pa ng other documents na hindi po required dito sa checklist na ito. Para hindi na po makagulo dun sa submit yung documents sa bid opening. Okay po. Ito lang po ang guide nyo. Yung 12 na yan, 12.1 tsaka yung 12.2 sa financial. Technical and financial documents requirements po. Okay. Proceed, Mr. Paul.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 12.4, the ABC is 5 million pesos. Any bid with a financial component exceeding the amount shall not be accepted. 15.1, bids will be valid for 120 calendar days from bid opening. 16.1, the bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following. 1. The amount of not less than 2% of the ABC or 100,000 pesos. If bid security is in cash, cashier's or manager's check. 2. The amount of not less than 5% of the ABC or 250,000 pesos. If bid security is in bank draft, guarantee, irrevocable LOC, or surety bond. Bid securities other than a bid security declaration shall be turned over to the NPO cashier section for custody. The bid security declaration shall be in the custody of the Back Secretariat. Bid security shall not contain any deletion, crossing out, expunction, or any form of correction. Otherwise, the NPO may reject such security if any such intercalation, superimposition, or alteration affects any material information or feature of the document. 16.2. The bid security shall be valid for 120 calendar days from bid opening. 18. For the submission of bid proposal. 1. Each bidder shall submit only one copy of the first and second components of its bid. 2. Bidders shall enclose their technical documents prescribed in ITB Clause 12 in one sealed envelope marked technical component and the financial component in another sealed envelope marked financial component. Both envelopes shall then be enclosed in one single outer mother envelope marked bid, properly labeled, sealed, and signed by the bidder or its authorized representative. The markings on on all envelopes shall contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, bear the name of and address of the bidder in capital letters, be addressed to the procuring entity's back in accordance with ITB Clause 1.1, bear the specific identification of this bidding process indicated in the ITB Clause 1.1, and bear a warning, do not open before the date and time for the opening of bids in accordance with ITB Clause 19. To facilitate the receipt and classification of bid envelopes, outer or mother envelope shall be in color red. The inner envelope containing technical proposal shall be blue. The inner envelope containing financial proposal shall be green. The post-qualification documents shall be brown. Bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked as required in the bidding document shall be accepted, provided that the bidder is or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The bank shall assume no responsibility for misplaced or lost contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid, or for its premature opening. On the other hand, unsealed and or unmarked bid envelopes or bids that cannot be opened or corrupted in case of online submission shall be rejected. Note, notarized documents, as indicated or stipulated in herein checklist, must bear the complete details of the notary public as follows: name of the notary public, office address and regular place of work or business, validity of notarial commission, IBPOR number, roll number, PTR number, at least MCLA compliance 8 as applicable. Any supplemental bid bulletin issued by the BAC shall also be posted in the field jets, in any conspicuous place in the premises of the procuring entity, and on the website or social media platforms of the procuring entity, if available, or such other channels as may be authorized by the GPPB. It shall be the responsibility of all prospective bidders, including those who have properly secured the bidding documents, to inquire and secure supplemental bid bulletins that may be issued by the BAC. 19. The address for the submission of bids is through manual submission at the NPO, EDSA Cornelia North Road, Diliman, Quezon City. The deadline for the submission of bids is May 18, 2026, 1:30 p.m. The place of the bid opening is at John Silvanus Stage Training Room, 3rd floor. The date and time of bid opening is immediately after the deadline of the submission of bids. 26.3a. The award criterion shall be determined as lowest calculated and responsive bid. 27.1. Post-qualification documents may be submitted during the bidding, but this does not disqualify bidders who will not submit post-qualification documents during bid submission. Within a non-extendable period of 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the BAC that it submitted the LC lowest calculated bid or single calculated bid, said bidder shall submit the following post-qualification documents. 1. When applicable, copies of contract, PO, notice to proceed, notice of award, letter of extension duly signed by the same individual whose name and signature appears on the original contract, or his/her authorized representative, but with a corresponding letter of authority designating the sanctioned or endorsed signatory of projects stated in the statement of all ongoing projects, including those awarded but not yet started. 2. Valid SEC registration or DTI registration. 3. Bylaws as applicable. 4. Articles of incorporation or amended articles of incorporation as applicable. 5. Updated general information sheet, duly stamped received by the SEC or any proof of receipt of submission made thereto as applicable. 6. Valid mayor's permit. 7. Updated or renewed tax clearance. 8. Latest income and business tax returns filed manually or with EFPS. 9. Updated or latest audited financial statement with proof of receipt by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions. 10. Documents for submission under Section 7, if any. Note, photocopied documents submitted shall be initialed or signed by the authorized representative. During the inspection of the post-qualification team, the winning bidder shall present original copies of these documents for comparison. In the event that site inspection cannot be undertaken, it is the responsibility of the winning bidder to present the original post-qualification documents for comparison within the post-qualification period. In compliance with the requirements specified in these bidding documents in Section 63.3 of the IRR RA 12,009, the BAC shall verify and validate the veracity, authenticity, and validity of all the eligibility documents supporting the PhilJEP Certificate of Registration Platinum membership and all other statements made and documents submitted by the bidder with the LCB, using a non-discretionary criteria as stated in the bidding documents. This criterion shall consider, but shall not be limited to the following. A. Legal requirements. To verify, validate, and ascertain licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder, the fact that it is not included in any blacklist as provided in Section 54 of this IRR. For this purpose, the GPPB shall maintain a portal which contains the consolidated file of all blacklisted suppliers, contractors, and consultants. B. Technical requirements. To verify and validate the bidder's stated compliance with the requirements specified in the bidding documents. C. Financial requirements. To verify and validate the bid price proposal of the bidder and, whenever applicable, the required committed line of credit in the amount specified and over the period stipulated in the bidding documents or the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. 31.3. The performance security shall be in the form of a performance security declaration as an option if under a framework agreement arrangement, or any of the following. The amount of not less than 5% of the total contract price if performance security is in guarantee or irrevocable LOC, or the amount of not less than 30% of the total contract price if performance security is surety bond. Section 4. General conditions of contract. This is a template. Any changes will be seen on Section 5. Section 5. Special conditions of contract. GCC Clause 1A. The procuring entity is National Printing Office. 1C. The funding source is the GOP through the source of funding as indicated below for 2026 in the amount of 5 million pesos. The source of funding is through the revolving fund. 1D. The project site is National Printing Office, EDSA Cordonia North Road, Diliman, Quezon City. 10.3. The terms of payment shall be upon delivery and acceptance of services and goods as stipulated in the call-off. 16.1. The inspections and tests that will be conducted are the ones issued by the NPO as the need arises. 17.3. 1 year after acceptance by the procuring entity of the delivered services. Section 6. Schedule of requirements. The delivery schedule expressed in weeks or months indicates the required delivery date which shall be understood as the date the goods are to be delivered to the project site. Total ABC is 5 million pesos. Framework agreement effectivity or lease period, 1 year. Delivery terms, delivery schedule. The winning bidder shall provide a detailed work plan, if applicable, on the delivery, installation, testing, and commissioning of equipment within 3 calendar days upon signing of the framework agreement, and deployment of machines within 45 calendar days upon signing of the framework agreement. Terms of payment. Payment shall be made on a per call-off or running basis and or from income realized by NPO from whatever source. Section 7. Technical specifications. Bidders must state comply or not comply for each specification and provide the corresponding performance parameters for offered equipment. Each response must be supported by a clear documentary support in the bid and properly cross-referenced. Acceptable evidence includes unaltered manufacturer sales brochures, official specification sheets, product samples, independent test results, and similar documents. Claims should be backed by documentary support. If the evidence contradicts the claim, the bid may be rejected. Any false statement, whether in the compliance form or supporting documents, found during evaluation, post-qualification, or contract implementation, may be considered fraudulent in accordance with ITB Clause 3.1, subsection A, sub-element 2, and without prejudice to the imposition of appropriate administrative, civil, and criminal penalty in accordance with law. Additional requirements. 1. The winning bidder shall submit duly notarized affidavit of the following. proof of ownership or the right to use the machines, equipment, peripherals under Section 6. Guarantee that the printing machine or equipment and peripherals shall meet the printing requirements as provided in Section 7 technical specifications of the herein bidding documents, and that the parts needed for the repair of the printing machine, equipment, peripherals shall be available for 1 year from the receipt of the notice to execute framework agreement. Guaranteed of the availability of at least 2 or more service technicians as deemed necessary during operation. 2. Service technicians shall perform or conduct the needed preventive maintenance on a monthly basis to ensure continuity of operations and to prevent the breakdown of the leased machines, equipment, or peripherals, as well as the necessary repairs as the need arises. A report must be submitted to the procuring entity, duly certified by its representatives, with pictures to substantiate the preventive maintenance and/or repairs undertaken thereto. The leased machines will be strictly for NPO. As such, no other printing jobs will be loaded on the leased machines. Random or unannounced inspections will be conducted regularly. Violations thereto shall be grounds for termination of the lease contract. 4. The winning bidder shall ensure that all the leased machines or equipment or peripherals and other related materials with a reputable insurance company for the duration of the term of the lease to recompense or compensate NPO for any probable damage as a result of fire, earthquake, floods, or civil disturbance, theft, and vandalism. Failure to obtain such insurance shall render the bidder liable for any loss or damage resulting therefrom, and shall thereby indemnify NPO for any and all loss or damage it may incur as a result of such failure to obtain insurance. The bidder shall provide a certification as proof of its compliance to the above-mentioned condition or requirement. The replacement of spare parts shall be for the account of the winning bidder. In the event of a deficiency and/or shortage of consumables, the supplementary requirement necessary for the completion of projects shall be provided by the winning bidder at no additional cost to NPO. Section 8, Philippine Bidding Document Related Forms. Mr. Chair, that concludes the presentation of the bidding documents. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. With regards to the bidding forms, you will use that bid forms as attached in the bid documents, or you may also use the 911 bid forms as supplementary. Example, the ongoing, yung ongoing statement of ongoing projects, kasi wala dito sa 12009, you still use the 9184 bid documents forms. Any other query, clarification? Baka meron pa po tayong hindi dyan masyadong naunawaan, pwede na po tayong magtanong sa ating mga prospective bidders. Especially yung sa POSQUA docs. As mentioned earlier by the chair, yun pong requirements dun sa POSQUA docs. If you will submit the certified photocopy, you just initial or sign the pages of that photocopied documents for the POSQUA. Okay? Okay, if you don't have any more queries, question, you still have 3 days to submit a written clarificatory questions to the BACSEC, or you may ask the BACSEC in particular to your queries if you still have, pwede naman po kayong pumunta sa BACSEC kung meron kayong mga other questions and clarification pa. Yes, good.
Yes, Mr. Chair. In line with yung sinabi nyo kanina, Mr. Chair, na period, baka kasi for information sa mga prospective bidders po natin, yung sinabi ni Mr. Chair kanina, period is within same year. Halimbawa po, 2025 po yung So yun lang po yung natin. Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
Yun, no? Yung two contracts, kung hindi kayo makapag-submit na one similar single largest contract, I mean, you can submit two, but then those two should be of the same period. Kung yung similar and non-similar should be same period. Kung 2025 to 2025, parehas na contract. 2024, both 2024. Okay? Sige. Any observations from the TWG and any recommendation from the TWG?
Point 1 lang po. Na-repeat po ulit yung sentence. 12.1.
Okay, recommendation, same manifestation from the TWG head. Any motion from the back members? With regards to this double sentences. TWG, you may make your recommendation.
The TWG respectfully recommends the issuance of a bid bulletin for the project lease of one lot, various printing machines, including supply and delivery of consumables with provision of technical support and services through framework agreement with identification number NPO-BAC-FAL-006-26 to finalize agreed upon amendments and clarifications. Accordingly, the bid bulletin should be posted on PhilJEP's and NPO website and be displayed prominently within the NPO premises.
The recommendation is for the body's motion. Any motion from the back member?
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt the recommendation of the TWG.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Any objection? Since there's no objection, the Secretariat is hereby instructed to make the necessary amendment and post it for a supplemental bid bulletin. Okay, what's the next order of business?
Mr. Chair, the second order of business for this afternoon